Howdy there folks, it's Hunter, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the most effective aggressive bow build in Destiny PvP. And to start off, you want a bow, any bow, doesn't matter. And you want to be on Solar Hunter using the weighted throwing knife, as well as the Ember of Torches. And then the other fragments don't really matter, you can kind of just use whatever you want. The most important thing is the weighted throwing knife and the Ember of Torches. Also, a couple of exotics that you can use to supplement this build. And of course all hunter exotics, because you want to be on hunter. You want to use the assassin's cowl, or you can use Atheris's embrace. Also, I'm stupid and forgot to mention one other thing, but you do want the aspect knock them down. So you want the weighted throwing knife, Ember of Torches, and knock them down. What that's going to do is anytime you get a kill with your throwing knife, it's going to make you radiant, as well as immediately refund it because you got a kill while you're radiant. And really the radiant just happens from landing the hit with the knife, but either way, weighted throwing knife, knock them down, and Ember of Torches. That's going to give you infinite knives as long as you're landing the kills with your knife. And also, just want to throw this out there. I am not steezle, and we all know that. I'm not going to land a lot of these knives, so you're going to see a lot of bad gameplay here. And I think we get completely shut out this game, but that's cool. I mostly just wanted to talk about the build. So all you're going to do, you're going to find somebody, you're going to shoot him with an arrow, and you're going to hit him with a knife, just like that. And then you're going to find somebody else, and then you're going to miss and die. I mean, you're going to do it again probably, right? Maybe? And that's where something like Assassin's Cowl comes in. And why I want to kind of talk about the finer details of this. Because you've probably seen steezle and Hinra and some other guys using this build, and it's one that they're all enjoying, and probably, again, like I said, the most effective aggressive bow build right now. But I wanted to go over some of the finer details just so you know how to succeed with it a little bit more. And credit, of course, goes completely to steezle because most of this info he's told me himself, and also xaane as well for giving me this idea in the first place to even think about this. Now, it's not really my forte. I've kind of gone past the aggressive bow builds. I've got something else cooking up, so you guys can look forward to that in the next video. This is part 1 of 2, which are what I consider to be the 2 most effective bow builds in Crucible right now. One of which is more aggressive, the other more tactical, and I wouldn't say fully passive, but kind of somewhere in the middle. It's mostly passive, but you can get a little aggro with it. But that'll be in the next video, so look forward to that one tomorrow. Now, back to what I was saying. Assassin's Cowl is really, really good for this build, and you don't see me using it here because I'm stubborn and stupid, and I wanted to use Oathkeepers. But Assassin's Cowl makes it so that whenever you get that kill, it's going to turn you invisible, and it's also going to heal you. So it's going to make it really easy to see right there. I would have healed back to full, and I'd be invisible right now. And it's going to make it a heck of a lot easier to chain kills with this back to back to back to back to back. And it's going to be kind of similar to using Crimson and Rat King at the same time. Or I guess you could just say Rat King. And also, again, I want to preface that I'm not steezle, so I suck with this. Case in point. But it can definitely be an effective build, and it works in stuff like Trials too if you get really good with it. I would personally recommend Assassin's Cowl, although the other option is Atheris's. Now with Atheris, that gives you the fun little wall bounces. If you hit a couple walls or the floor then the wall, you want to try to bounce it twice, it'll give the knife like super seeking, and it hits somebody in the head and it'll just straight up one-shot them. And you can do it around corners, and there's a lot of nuances to that one. Kind of gimmicky though, and it can be kind of wasteful of the knife, which is why I don't really recommend it as much, but it is an option. It does also let you, if you rack up enough damage with your bow, the gauntlets will activate. They kind of look like they flare out, and then it will allow you to one-shot to the body with the knife. But that's not really necessary. You can just hit them anywhere with the bow, and then hit them anywhere with the knife, and you don't need Atheris's for that at all. So charge up the bow, shoot them, throw the knife. You just have to hit them. You do not have to worry about precision shots, and then if you have something like Assassins, it's going to turn you invisible, it's going to heal you, and you can move on to the next one. And it's a very, very effective bow build, and you can be super aggressive with it. Now, on some level, I do kind of struggle to call it a bow build. To me, it does almost kind of feel like a bow swap, because it's more of a cleanup. You're using the knife as a cleanup. But I can't deny the effectiveness, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Because at the end of the day, bows are not in a super great spot, and they need all the help they can get. So, one other little comment I'd like to make about this that has nothing to do with the build. If you guys want to start bow swapping, by all means, freaking go for it. Hand cannon swaps, sidearm swaps, SMG, whatever. I don't care. You guys should both swap, because who cares at this point? Bungie has effectively turned it into almost all swapping as far as they're concerned, at least to still be effective with them, because they just don't stand up to a lot of other primaries right now. But I don't want to get into that. I've ranted about that enough in some other videos. I just wanted to kind of go over this and give you guys a heads up. It is super effective. I highly recommend you give it a shot. If you want something a little bit more aggressive, this is going to be the best bang for your buck right now. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if any of you have been trying this one out already after you've seen Henry and steezle's latest vids. But hope you have fun with it. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.